Dramatic writing. Dramatic writing? What do you think comes to mind when you think of dramatic writing? It doesn't matter because you're all wrong. Hello, my name is Diamond, and I will be teaching you about the colorful world of dramatic writing. God, that is a lot of dramatic writing. First up, I want to give 3 things dramatic writers do as their day-to-day life. Number 1, they are responsible of making the story for their storyboard ideas. This usually consists of the dialogue and events that will happen. 2, making scripts. While normal writers create the baseline of the story, these dramatic writers help bring the story to life. Take a regular show as an example. They literally wrote down as many ideas that came to their head, put them in a jar or a hat, and scrambled them up a bit, and picked out 3 or 5 topics and had the main writers make the story. Then it was handed back to the dramatic writers to spice it up a bit.
Dialogue. I know I said this already, but you see this most commonly in plays like the SpongeBob play or Shrek.
Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get to the more boring part, the job description.
A screenwriter, also known as a dramatic writer, writes comments for the visual mediums that consists of, but not limited to, short films, TV commercials, video games, and movies.
Phew, that was a lot. But isn't that cool? A small group of people can make the decision of making a video game or show really cool, just by their choice, forcing the animators or actors to make the scene. God, no wonder why Sonic 06 was so horrible. So what are the conditions to work as a dramatic writer? Well, that's simple. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Kidding. Unfortunately, you are required to have at least a bachelor's degree in English or writing. Sucks for those that are failing English but are great writers. Isn't that right, friend? Alright, okay. But let's say you get that English degree. You get a job as a writer for certain scenes. Guess what? You're your own boss! Most of the time, it doesn't matter how you work. You're working off salary, not hourly, you little crystal. Writers can work up to as many hours as they want, or work by pages done a day. It doesn't really matter. And if you got to make your own story, there is no deadline. You will have to submit something within a year to keep your job. So write down something. Don't sit down, go up, not down, up. And get back to the small space you call a desk. Now, how much are you really making for being a dramatic writer? Well, intermediate levels can make up to $13,000 as the starter year. But if you stick with it, you can make up to $350,000 a year. That's $1,000 more than being an animator. Now, how do you really get this job? It's not just having an English degree. You need to be able to make a story any way you can, speech to text, paper, or using a Google Doc or something. The mental toll? Well, if writing cheers you up, guess what? This is going to make you hate it. Not really. You will find this to be actually quite enjoyable for you. You might stress over how a story needs to go and if you can't find a way to write it in, but it's okay. Unless you're given a deadline, you will be fine. You can work literally anywhere, on the go, in the office, or at home. Dramatic writing is a great job for those that also live in motor vehicles. And it is a lot of fun being able to work somewhere that isn't in one spot at all times. So what does this job demand of you? Well, just make a story seem interesting. You need to make it fit an audience group. The goal of a writer is to make the story awesome, but able to make the crowd laugh, cry, catch some jokes that some babies won't be able to understand, and make adults chuckle. You want to try and get that view count up. You could even start by working with a small content creator on YouTube and make some of their stories for them. Creating your own book is actually a lot of fun for me. Jobs that are similar in this is book writing. I spend some of my time writing a separate story that I'd like to change into a cartoon one day. Potential employers are almost everywhere. I kid you not, it is easier to do than you think. You can be with a bunch of writers, but you also work with them. You can build a team and be hired by many people depending on how well you are at creating said stories. And colleges that accept this? Literally any college that will get you a bachelor's degree in English, even writing. That's only 4 years you would spend in there. So what's the short of this long, dramatic piece? Anyone could write and come up with a story. It's just only those who are passionate about getting up high in the story writing, you can make it a job. You could even get your name crafted to be the ideal art of story making. Look at Hayao Miyazaki, one of the best directors to this day, that created My Friend Totoro and Spirited Away. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!